Well, I'd like to give Alabama A&M some credit. I thought they played very, very well. I thought, the way they shot the ball, the confidence that they played with offensively, was told the team was a little bit similar to the way we played at Illinois in the first half. Just with a real gusto about them offensively. Probably some of that has to do with us, but give them credit. I thought they came and played with great confidence offensively, and we were able to outscore them. I don't think we defended them well enough at any point in the game.
Questions?
They're really only down by 5 there, well into the second half. What do you think? What sparked that 10-0 run there, or is it just a couple guys got hot from 3?
I thought we executed a couple of things where guys, did a pretty good job playing downhill. Cam, I think one time he started that one with the drive, and then the next time we kind of ran the same thing, and DJ got a good look. And we had a key block. I think Sam probably had two big blocks, but one key one, kind of got us out in transition in that time period. But as usual, you win the game by playing inside out, and you win the game by your defense. And for us, it's just no secret. I mean, it's just a struggle for us. We're just our size, kind of across the board, is a little bit of a problem. And we try to do as best we can, and we're trying. But today, just didn't get enough stops throughout the game to get any sort of comfortable lead.
How much of a factor was it that you only had one game in the last 3 weeks or so?
There's probably something there, but it's like how you handle failure. Okay, we played very bad in Charleston, and then we handled that with like a week off, and thought we played pretty well at Illinois. We still have some of the same warts, but we were able to fight and claw enough to win a really good, difficult Big Ten Challenge game. And so now, how do you handle that success? Get through finals and still a little bit more time. People talk often about overcoming adversity, overcoming success sometimes is difficult. No, I don't think that was the reason per se, but we've got to learn to do that a little bit more, a little bit more emotional maturity as it relates to, what we're trying to do, not necessarily the score of the game or who we're playing.
Coach Ellis talked a lot yesterday about trying to keep them out of the paint, and that defense was the focus of the practices, this week. How do you think you guys did in that area?
Poor.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and I think there was a little bit of an adjustment defensively, even in the, this was a team that I believe was very low in the country, and I'm going to have to go back and check, but they were very low in the country in assists by field goals made, and they had 20 assists, if that, right? So even within the game, we told the team, hey, look, like we talked a little bit about loading up, like Coach said, and really because the guy with the ball was typically the one scoring, they were playing with such pace and energy and force offensively, they started getting the ball to paint and kicking it out and made threes. At some point, we'd say, listen, we've got to stay home a little bit more on the perimeter and not allow to give them those threes late in the game. And you don't have to go back to see if we were able to sort of execute that part. But, to their credit, I mean, they played a little bit atypical in terms of, like, sharing the ball.
Just kind of staying with that, this was a team that obviously had struggled with their efficiency offensively. With it being a point of emphasis for you guys defensively, they shoot over 50%. You mentioned points in the paint. Disappointing, Chris?
Yes, very disappointing.
What do you think it is going on?
I think it's a combination of things, Chris. I think, first, I mean, when Bruce Brown got hurt, I believe we were a top 25 defensive team in the country at that time. And at one point that season, even with a young lineup, sophomores and freshmen, at one point, like kind of around this time, I guess that's 2017-18 season, we're number one in the country in defense because we've got a little bit of size, athleticism, speed, toughness across the board, switchability some, and things like that. We lose that here over the last 2 years, and I think we're working our way back to that from a personnel standpoint. But if you look, we're a little bit undersized, across the backcourt. and then a little bit under athletic in the front court. And that's the reality for us. I mean, I don't think we're telling any secrets. I think we have guys that are trying. And then in the younger classes, we have freshmen that are 18 years old, and it's the first time they're doing this. And typically, 18-year-olds are not great on defense in college basketball. I mean, you could go one by one. There's very few of them that have been that good. And even a guy like Lonnie, I think he would tell you when he was here, he's a world-class athlete with unbelievable size and length and athleticism, speed, strength. And he would make tons of mistakes. The only difference is when you have somebody like that, he can clean up his mistakes himself. He can get hit by a screen, fall down, you probably saw it when he was here, fall down, get up, and then go block somebody's shot. Like, if that's the requisite for what you need, it's hard to, put a team of 5 guys out there like that, right? You have to have that combination of size, speed, athleticism, and experience. And we're trying to build that with this group. Our experienced guys are trying to get a little bit better and more experienced at this. Our younger guys are trying to get more experience and learn it, and they're pretty athletic, but it's their first go-around. They're all 18 years old. None of them, I don't think, are 19 yet. So that's sort of our plight, and we're hammering at it every day. And, we had a really good half against Illinois up there in the first half. That's probably what won the game for us. But it's not just like going away, our problems. We got to keep working at it.
When did you find out that Coach Hell wasn't going to be able to play to coach?
He was great today at the shoot-around, and then he called me, saying, hey, you may have to do the radio probably about, noon, 10 after, and then called me again probably at 12:45 and said, look, I don't think I can make it. I'm going to try. So obviously it's a difficult thing because you get these spasms, and, really what you need is probably rest, and it's hard to rest in the middle of the season. He was, on the road, obviously, at Illinois, and came home, went recruiting when we got home. He was running around a little bit, recruiting this past weekend, and was at practice, and his normal self. And it's just a difficult thing that hopefully, a little bit of rest, may be able to take care of.
Anything else?
Yeah, just looking
Sure.
at the Temple.
Yeah.
I don't know if we get to talk to you, but just your thoughts on that, going to Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's great to be in New York, taking the team to Hamilton, which is great. We've tried
When is
to
that?
tomorrow. So tried to educate them a little bit on Alexander Hamilton and all the Aaron Burr and all the people involved in that, and really cool experience, I think, for them. I'm not sure they even appreciate yet how cool it will be until they get there. It's great to be in New York. We love New York. We have a lot of alums from New York. We're from New York, a couple of us, and so always good to be there. Always good to play in Barclays in Brooklyn. My family's from Brooklyn originally, so great to be there. Temple is playing very, very well. Really impressed with the job that Aaron McKee's doing. They've got a lot of experience. They've got some length. They're playing very, very hard. They've got a little point guard, Alani Moore, who's a good player. Know him from his DC days. Chris knows him as well. I think they might even be the same class, or they're one class apart, but, two really good little guys, that probably grew up playing against each other every weekend, so I think they'll be very familiar with each other. So they're doing a great job. Obviously, great program. Going to be very, very difficult game for us, as every game is for us at this point. And certainly, we hope that we can bring some of that on the road, like we did out of Illinois. We got away and we played very, very good. So hopefully the same.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you.